Good evening, friends. I'm your host Naresh, and I'm here live with you to bring live action of Austrian Grand Prix Round 9 of Formula 1 2017 calendar. Warm welcome to all my friends across the Europe, on Americas, and on the Asian side. Good evening to the Asian friends. Good evening, friends. I'm your host privileged to bring this live action to you with you to bring Austrian live action of Austrian Grand Prix Round 9 and look forward to bring 2017 calendar live action as it happens. Warm welcome to all Austria. My friends across the Europe. In the meantime, we have about Americas to go, and on the Asian side, good evening to the Asian friends. I will just take you through what happened yesterday. Good evening, friends. I'm your host privileged to bring this live action to you with you to bring Austrian live action of Austrian Grand Prix Round 9 and look forward to bring 2017 calendar live action as it happens. Yesterday was a very absorbing day for Formula 1 fans and the Valtteri Bottas fans. Bottas got the pole yesterday with Sebastian Vettel on P2 and Kimi Raikkonen is P3, as Lewis Hamilton has been dropped back to P8. So total we have P1, P2, P3 with Valtteri Bottas of Mercedes, Sebastian Vettel Ferrari, and Kimi Raikkonen of Ferrari will be starting top 3. Lewis Hamilton will be starting at P8 today. This is due to the gearbox penalty which he has received because of changing his gearbox. I'm going to bring this action live to you as the things unfolding at Spielberg circuit, Red Bull Ring. What a turnaround for things for Williams, who had their best race of the season 2 weeks ago in Baku. But this weekend is almost a disaster for them, where their cars are sitting at 17th or 18th position, as Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll are on these positions. What exactly happened to them? It's a question which needs to be answered. Well, this is what a lot of experts in Formula 1 paddock are talking about regarding the Williams fate in this Grand Prix and the Grand Prix to come. This Austrian Grand Prix, this is the shortest circuit in the Formula 1 calendar, with below 4-kilometer distance, and there are 71 laps for this race. Air temperature today at the track is 28 degrees Celsius and track temperature is 44 degrees Celsius. Let's talk about the chances of Lewis Hamilton to win this race. If you see the history, the last winner who has started lower than third at the Spielberg circuit was David Coulthard way back in 2001, where Lewis Hamilton is starting 8th today, whereas David Coulthard had started in 2001 in 7th position. So chances doesn't seems to be very good for Lewis Hamilton. However, you know the caliber of Lewis Hamilton and the fighting spirit, where he brings out always the best from the car. Also, Valtteri Bottas must be feeling very relaxed, starting from podium P1 position, and he has his cool head which will keep him going in this race. On the track, Austrian national anthem has just been completed and drivers are just lining up to get into their cars as the cars are being stacked on the racetrack. We still have about 6 minutes to go for the action to start on the circuit. As the action is getting hotter up, give you some more updates. Roman Grosjean is going to start 6th today, which is almost the best what he has finished in qualifying in this season. And seeing the performance of Haas team in last few races, it is very difficult to predict how they're going to finish. So it is going to be a very good race for Haas, and also very interestingly for McLaren, where both the cars are looking to be very competitive, as we have seen yesterday. But time will tell, first few laps will tell how the McLaren is going to behave. Also, we have a clear weather, and we're going to have some beautiful action out there. Yesterday, Kevin Magnussen, he qualified in Q1, but he qualified for Q2, but could not go through because of his suspension failure. That was a bit bad luck for him. just talking about the track, Michael Schumacher holds the fastest lap record in Austrian Grand Prix, way back in Ferrari's good times. And we do see a huge number of fans here, Dutch fans, for Max Verstappen. They will be a bit of disappointed what happened yesterday, because he could have brought a faster lap, but due to the Roman Grosjean car was stationary in the dying moments, nothing much could be taken out by a lot of drivers in the last 30 seconds of the Q3. So we have just about 10 minutes to go for the race to start. Drivers are already sitting in their cockpits. Technicians and engineers are doing the final checkups. Just go to the grid. Valtteri Bottas starting at the pole. Sebastian Vettel second. Ferrari, Kimi Raikkonen third. Daniel Ricciardo, Red Bull fourth. Fifth, Max Verstappen. Sixth, Roman Grosjean, Haas. Seventh, starting Sergio Perez, Force India. Lewis Hamilton with grid penalty starting 8th. 9th, Esteban Ocon, Force India. Carlos Sainz starting at 10th. 11th, Nico Hülkenberg for Renault. 11th and 12th, Fernando Alonso. McLaren, Stoffel Vandoorne 13th. Daniel Kvyat 14th from Toro Rosso. Kevin Magnussen behind on 15th position with Haas. 16th, 17th for Felipe Massa, 18th for Lance Stroll. Williams are very weak, and the last car starting is Mark Ericsson Sauber. That completes a grid with Pascal Wehrlein. He is going to start from the pits. It's going to be very interesting first lap, where Lewis Hamilton will try to pick up maximum places and try to reduce his disadvantage what he is going to have by starting in 8th position. Guys, as you are watching, please do remember to subscribe my channel by hitting the subscribe button on right bottom corner of your screens. We have just about 5 minutes to go for the race to start. Engineers and mechanics are all getting ready to go out, and the track is being cleared now. So cars are set rolling for the formation lap. Finally, Bottas was slow to move from his position, but all sounds good. All the top running cars on ultra soft tires, pink wall tires, and strategy seems to be single stop or two stops, but all the drivers should be finishing starting with ultra soft and finishing with soft, or starting with soft with 2 pit stops with ultra soft tires. It's going to be an interesting strategy, because remember, this track is not heavy on brakings. You do not use braking as much as you require on other tracks. Apparently, Lewis Hamilton had some problem yesterday on the right axles, front and rear, and hopefully that has been sorted out. All the drivers are just about to finish the formation lap, with Bottas leading the train of cars behind him. And we look forward to have a big rivalry coming in this race. Now cars are getting ready and coming on the track and getting their positions and will be parked over there. Most of the drivers, all the drivers are trying to warm up their cars, tires, and just get ready for the action. The first lap action, as all of us are waiting. We just have about last few cars coming in their grid position, and we are all set for enthralling Austrian Grand Prix as the last car comes on the track in its grid position. We are all set to get the lights coming on. Medical cars behind, and lights are going to start on, coming on anytime now. And here we go. 5 red lights on and going off, and Australian Grand Prix has started. Bottas has a very clean lookout and he is able to keep it on top. Hamilton in a bit of mix, but he should be able to come out. We have some small collision over there, and I believe Red Bull has a collision over there. Which Red Bull? We'll come to know. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton has surely gained position and he's going to overtake both the Red Bulls also. Bottas is already leading with 2 Ferraris side by side, and Lewis Hamilton had some touching on the other car, but he is still well ahead of Raikkonen, I believe. Sebastian Vettel second, one of the Red Bulls is on third, and we have the Haas cars on 4th position, Kimi Raikkonen 5th, and 6th with Lewis Hamilton. He's been overtaken by one of the Force Indias. What a start of the lap 1 of 71. Bottas leading with Vettel second, Ricciardo. So Max Verstappen has a problem. He has a collision in the lap 1. Kimi Raikkonen 5th position with Force India, and Lewis Hamilton behind that, the other Force India. Max Verstappen has got the race spoiled once again by being too enthusiastic. Sebastian Vettel, remember, had a very good launch, then Valtteri Bottas, but being the condition of the track, which is flat out, Bottas was able to pull out firmly in front of Sebastian Vettel as the cars are getting settled. And here we go. So here Kimi Raikkonen had a go. Look at the Haas car. He tries to overtake but didn't get a chance. But he's going to do next time around. Alonso is already on the pit. I believe he was in one of the entangled in the accident which happened. What a pity for Fernando Alonso here in Austrian Grand Prix. And Alonso is out of the car. Race over for Fernando Alonso. First lap. What a poor result for Fernando Alonso here. He would not have imagined this race will get over like that. In the meantime, Sebastian Vettel has the fastest lap of the race. Sebastian Vettel also complaining of some problems. And Lewis Hamilton has moved to 6th position after 3 laps have been completed. Lap 3 of 71 have been completed, where Bottas is leading the Austrian Grand Prix. It will be interesting to see what happened in the back of the pack of cars. Oh, that was a big one. 3 or 4 cars got entangled together. Fernando Alonso had a great start, and eventually he was gaining places, but he had a hit from behind and race over for Fernando Alonso. That was a pretty sad end for Fernando Alonso. Daniel Ricciardo was the one who triggered all the collision. He pushes Kimi Raikkonen in the beginning. We are on the lap 4 of 71, and here we go. This was a complete fault of Daniel Kvyat. He hit on the back of Fernando Alonso, and that triggered the collision for all the cars over there. So we have already 2 casualties of the race. Alonso and Max Verstappen are out of the race, where we have a problem here for Bottas. Stewards had reported a jump start for Valtteri Bottas. It's going to be pity for Valtteri Bottas if stewards confirm that, because this circuit, it is very difficult to make up the places, and surely Sebastian Vettel is to gain whatever advantage comes through, and he'll be happy to take it. It's Valtteri Bottas after lap 6 of 71, leading with Sebastian Vettel second, Ricciardo third, Raikkonen fourth, Roman Grosjean fifth, Sergio Perez sixth, Lewis Hamilton seventh, Esteban Ocon eighth. Felipe Massa has moved places with Lance Stroll on 6th and 7th places. 7th and 8th and 9th position for Ocon and Massa, and 10th position for Lance Stroll. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton gains 1 place. He goes to the 6th place. He, after lap 6 of 71, we have the leader Bottas, and in the meantime Daniel Kvyat is also under investigation for triggering the collision which taken Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen out of this race. Remember, Verstappen had huge fans here, almost 10,000 people in Dutch flags, and they will be disappointed by this. Fernando Alonso also has been retired. It was very unfortunate that Fernando Alonso was hit by Daniel Kvyat and could do nothing as he get into Verstappen. In the meantime, we have 7 laps have been completed. As the stewards, they are investigating now whether Valtteri Bottas has actually did the jump start. That's going to come out very soon, and if he does that, it's going to be a big loss for Valtteri Bottas, as he is going to lose the places thick and fast. And on this track, it is very, very difficult to make up the places, remember. Now Lewis Hamilton has already overtaken Roman Grosjean, and he's already on the move to get his next man, which is Kimi Raikkonen. And he needs to overtake him. So Valtteri Bottas, as of now, he is 15 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton. And this seems to be a difficult position for Valtteri Bottas here. So it has been confirmed now that Valtteri Bottas will get the drive-through penalty due to what happened for his jump start. And also here, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Kvyat, he's serving his drive-through penalty in the meantime for his first lap incident. In the meantime, Valtteri Bottas has the fastest lap of the race. Remember, Daniel Kvyat was also under investigation for causing the collision at the start, and he gets his drive-through penalty. Bottas is still leading the race with Vettel behind him and Daniel Ricciardo in third position. This is turning out to be good race for Daniel Ricciardo, and there is a handsome gap between first and second position, with almost 5-second gaps between Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel, and further 7 seconds gap between Vettel and Ricciardo, and further then you have another 4 seconds between Ricciardo and Raikkonen. They are pretty much stacked together, all top 5 cars. And remember, this season has not been good at all for Max Verstappen. He has had 5 retirements in last 7 races, which is never a good sign for Max Verstappen. In the meantime, Kimi Raikkonen 4th on the grid now, P4 as of now, and he is doing good. He's pretty steady now. But he's being chased by Lewis Hamilton, who is just about 3.7 seconds behind him. And remember, this jump start has been reported by Sebastian Vettel and also by Daniel Ricciardo. So we will see what happens to Valtteri Bottas. As stewards, they are still under investigation for Bottas. Hamilton is gaining every lap now half a second. He is have a best of the cars seems to be on today, and he is on a rampage. In the meantime, Valtteri Bottas clocks the fastest lap of the race, which is 6/10 quicker than Sebastian Vettel fastest lap. And it seems to be very good for Lewis Hamilton as of now, as he closes to Kimi Raikkonen. We are in lap 14 of 71, with Bottas leading the race under the scanner from stewards for a jump start, which has been reported by Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton is absolutely having gem of his laps and eating out the time, the lead by Kimi Raikkonen. He is doing very good. Hamilton again on this lap has gained almost a half of a second from Kimi Raikkonen. And this is a very bad day for Dutch fans who have come all the way from Europe, all the countries of the Europe to watch their beloved driver Max Verstappen, and he could not even go to the lap 2 of the race. What a pity for Dutch fans who were almost 10,000 in numbers. In the meantime, Hamilton is continuously gaining on Kimi Raikkonen, who is almost now 2.5 seconds gap between them. Raikkonen and Hamilton both have the ultra soft tires, where Hamilton has the new set of tires, where Raikkonen is using the old set of tires in this first stint. That will also give some kind of advantage to Lewis Hamilton, but definitely you need the skill of a driver to drive from 8th position and now in 5th position, where he has overtaken both the Force Indias and the Haas car pretty fast, and now he is in thick of the action behind Kimi Raikkonen. In the meantime, Fernando Alonso, after getting retired, he has spoken to the media and he has shown his clear frustration because McLaren was definitely looking forward to a very good Sunday, which had been spoiled by Daniel Kvyat, who bumped him from behind and race was over for him. And this was very unfortunate because they could not even complete a single lap of this race and they had the race in their hands. We can only wish him a good luck for Silverstone Grand Prix, which is coming up as the next race. Also, we are getting the news that there is going to be a split strategy for William Cars of Felipe Massa, who is on softs, and Lance Stroll on super soft. Remember, they are on 9th and 10th position and holding on nicely. In the meantime, Hamilton is getting ever closer to Kimi Räikkönen. We are on lap 19 of 71 with leaderboard. Valtteri Bottas is leading the race, followed by Sebastian Vettel, 5-second gap, 5.5 seconds to be precise, and Daniel Ricciardo, 9-second gap from the leader, with Raikkonen 16-second gap, and just behind him, within a 1-second gap, is Lewis Hamilton, who is now in hot pursuit of chasing Kimi Räikkönen. Apparently, Kimi Räikkönen is reporting some problem with the car with respect to settings, and we have always seen Kimi Räikkönen always have some problems, and he always have some argument with his engineers when he is racing. Nico Hülkenberg, in the meantime, has gone for an earlier pit stop, and he has got super softs removed and got his softs put on the car. In the meantime, a bit of mistake from Sebastian Vettel, but no harm done. Also, in the meantime, Jolyon Palmer is also doing good. He is up in 12th position now. And now Lewis Hamilton has started complaining about his rear tires, and he is complaining of that he's having really hard time with the rear tires. He's already developing the blisters on the outside walls of the tires, rear tires, which is because of overheating. But I believe this is the condition for all the drivers, considering the high track temperature we are experiencing here, which has touched 50 degrees Celsius. Air temperature is pleasant 29 degrees Celsius with light breeze following. Lap 20 have been completed, and Bottas and Sebastian Vettel are quite close to each other. They almost one behind each other now, and also Kimi Räikkönen and Lewis Hamilton. Bottas is having a gap of 6 seconds between him and the Vettel, whereas now Lewis Hamilton is just in the toe of Kimi Räikkönen, where Valtteri Bottas has got the fastest lap and Lewis Hamilton is in hot pursuit. His DRS fully open, turn number 1, bit of far away from Ferrari. He is not going to get it any easier with Kimi Räikkönen, who is also desperate to come onto the podium. Oh, this time around he was very close in the turn 2 and 3. He's going to try once again with the DRS. He's surely much closer this lap around, and he's going to try out now in the sector 1 at the start finish line next time around with his DRS open. Last lap around, it has been a good lap for Kimi Räikkönen. He is able to keep Lewis Hamilton with a gap of half a second. Somewhere looks like Lewis Hamilton had made some mistake. So this time around he is safe, as he is out of the DRS zone also. Lewis Hamilton builds up the pressure once again as they come on to the start finish line. Lap number 23 is in progress of 71 laps. This time around on lap 24, Lewis Hamilton on start finish line again tries to come closer, but he's out of DRS zone and couldn't do much. Now Kimi Räikkönen seems to be getting steady, put his head down and try his best to hold off Lewis Hamilton, and Lewis Hamilton will be desperate to overtake him. In the meantime, Kimi Räikkönen has also reported blister on his tires. Surely all the cars are having the same problem with blistering of tires, and this may lead to have flat tires or tire burst, which was a unique feature in 2015, where many races a lot of safety was put on cars when this kind of tire compound was supplied. And there were a lot of near misses during that season. Lewis Hamilton is surely losing out time now because of his tires, and Kimi Räikkönen is comfortably placed ahead of him. Now Marcus Ericsson also reports the blistering on his front left. Remember, both Ericsson and Kimi Räikkönen are also ultra soft tires, so ultra soft tire doesn't seem to be the choice on this track now. It will be a big gamble, and it will be time to see whether Ferrari brings his car for Kimi Räikkönen in, have a change of tires and go back again on the track. In the meantime, jump start issue which was reported to stewards has been noted, and no further action is required. So Valtteri Bottas is free to race. He's clear of 5.9 seconds from Sebastian Vettel in front and leading the race this Austrian Grand Prix at Spielberg circuit. And remember, it will be a great thing for Lewis Hamilton if he can win the race from this far down on the grid. Last time David Coulthard was the driver who won from starting 7th position on the grid. This time around Lewis Hamilton has started 8th on the grid. Will he be able to see? We'll see in another 40 to 45 laps to go. We are on lap 27 of 71 with Valtteri Bottas leading the race. We are on lap 28 now, where Valtteri Bottas is comfortably leading the race with a decent gap between him and Sebastian Vettel, and then third position Daniel Ricciardo also has about 5 seconds gap. If all the drivers stays in this position, and points tally will look like 171 points to Vettel and 149 points to Hamilton, and he'll be able to open up the gap between his car, his position and Lewis Hamilton in the World Championship. However, we still have 42 laps to go, so it's a long race ahead. Kimi Räikkönen is still reporting, and he's being frustrated now with the performance of the car. In the meantime, Valtteri Bottas is also reporting blisters on his tires. Just to give you the top 10, Bottas is leading with Vettel in second, Daniel Ricciardo third, Kimi Räikkönen fourth, Lewis Hamilton fifth, Roman Grosjean sixth, Force India's Perez and Ocon in seventh and eighth, with ninth position to Haas of Roman Grosjean, and 10th position completed by Lance Stroll. In the meantime, there is some smoke which has been seen from Haas car, and this seems to be Roman Grosjean car. Is he having a problem? Yet to see. Yes, he's surely having a problem. Engine has given way for Roman Grosjean. Sorry, it's a car of Kevin Magnussen. So race over for Kevin Magnussen. What a pity. He was going pretty decently in this race at 11th position, and he was chasing Lance Stroll. Surely he needs to retire the car now. In the meantime, a lot of jokes are appearing already on WhatsApp and other social media, on Twitter, where when you have such a perfect start like Valtteri Bottas, so fellow drivers in second and third position with Daniel Ricciardo and Vettel were feeling that it's a jump start. So you can imagine what kind of heat is going on for the World Championship in the heads of Sebastian Vettel now, where Valtteri Bottas is slowly but steadily coming up on the ranks and trying to hit the door, knocking the door slowly and steadily for the contention of World Championship. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton is getting ready for pit stop finally. Yes, he is the first car because he has reported, even though choice was with Valtteri Bottas, but he has reported the blistering of tires. Now he comes out with another set of pink wall ultra soft tires. And let's see where he joins back. Track seems to be clear in front of him. Just coming out of the pits. Decent pit stop with 2.4 seconds stationary, and he joins back at 5th position behind Kimi Raikkonen. In terms of position, he has not lost much, and he's got a clean air now in front of him, and he can really push the car hard. And remember, it could be a strategy where Kimi Raikkonen, if he doesn't pit in another 2 laps, might even lose the position when he comes out to the pits. So it's a gamble which Lewis Hamilton has taken, which can work out, and he might jump the positions. In the meantime, Stoffel Vandoorne also has a pit stop, bit of long pit stop with 3.2 seconds, and comes out in 15th position. Now Daniel Ricciardo has gone to the pits. Interesting to see the strategy of Daniel Ricciardo, which tires he comes out with. Stoffel Vandoorne now chasing Marcus Ericsson in Sauber with new sets of tire. This should be pretty easy for him to overtake him. Here we go, Daniel Ricciardo comes in the pits. And these are soft, super soft tires, red wall tires in place. So surely he is looking for one-stop strategy here. And he is going to take care of tires. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton has set the record of fastest sector times in all the 3 sectors. He is presently on 5th position. Now Sebastian Vettel, he heads to the pits now. It will be interesting to see where does Sebastian Vettel come out after the pit stop and which tires he chooses to latch on. In the meantime, Stoffel Van Dam, he manages to overtake Kevin Magnussen. Marcus Ericsson of Sauber. Lewis Hamilton now having purple sector timings in the last lap. Most of the drivers are coming for the pit stop now. Lewis Hamilton, Vettel, after making the pit stop, has come out in the third position ahead of Ricciardo. We will see what strategy plays out in the mind of Kimi Raikkonen and his fellow engineers. He is in second position right now and he still has to make the pit stop. In the meantime, Force India gets ready for pit stop for Sergio Perez. Comes in, changes the tires, comes out, 3 seconds stationary in the pit stops. Where does he join? He joins in 9th position. And also we have Lance Stroll in pits. Also has a clean pit stop and very quick pit stop for 2.3 seconds. And here he goes. Perez along with Valtteri Bottas. He doesn't want to give out the place. He comes out in front of the Valtteri Bottas, who is leading the race. Valtteri Bottas cannot find a way to pass him. Finally he gives away and Valtteri Bottas goes ahead of him. In the meantime, there is total gap of 15.3 seconds between Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton, which he should be able to come out. He will come out behind Kimi Raikkonen, will come out behind Lewis Hamilton if he stops here. So he is definitely lost out.
Quicker
Now Valtteri Bottas, he gets ready for the pit stop. He comes in the pits in lap 42. Stop, stationary, bit longer. It was 3.4 second pit stop stationary, bit higher than normal. Where does he come out? Interesting to see. So Kimi Raikkonen has just gone through. So Kimi Raikkonen takes the lead for Austrian Grand Prix. Remember, he has to make a pit stop. And Sebastian Vettel is in the third position behind Valtteri Bottas. And in this process, also they are lapping the cars behind. Friends, do remember to like and subscribe my channel by hitting the subscribe button on the right bottom corner of your screen. We are already in lap 43 of 71 with Kimi Raikkonen leading the race. Remember, he has not made a pit stop till now. And once he makes a pit stop, it is very unlikely because you require about 20 seconds for a pit stop procedure, which will probably put him behind Lewis Hamilton. Unless the strategy changes for him, which is very likely. In the meantime, Esteban Ocon is also completing his pit stop. Pretty decent pit stop with 3.2 seconds. Kimi Raikkonen leading the race temporarily. Top 10, Kimi Raikkonen, Valtteri Bottas, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Massa, Grosjean, Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon completes the top 10. And this time around, Bottas with his fresh tires had no problems whatsoever in overtaking Kimi Raikkonen. Finally, Kimi Raikkonen comes in the pits. Let's see how does the pit stop, very clean pit stop for him. It'll be interesting to see when he comes out of the pit, where does he join? Track seems to be clear. He will come out in 5th position. So he is below, Kimi Raikkonen is below Lewis Hamilton. Pit stop has not turned out nicely for him. And in the meantime, Stoffel Vandoorne, he gets a drive-through penalty for ignoring the blue flags. Pity for McLaren. This race is not doing any good for them. In the meantime, Carlos Sainz has been told by the engineers to come to the pits. So here we go, Carlos Sainz. He retires his car. So we have three non-finishers, Magnussen, Alonso and Max Verstappen. So after the pit stop, Kimi Raikkonen has lost out the places and he is behind Lewis Hamilton now. So grid has been pretty much settled down now with Valtteri Bottas leading at first position, followed by Sebastian Vettel, 4.6 second gap, with another 4-second gap between him and Daniel Ricciardo. Behind him is Lewis Hamilton, followed by Kimi Raikkonen. It's very pity for Stoffel Vandoorne to get the penalty of drive-through because of his carelessness which he showed by ignoring the blue flags. So McLaren, who were expected to do very good here, at least a notch up higher performance in this Grand Prix, were not able to live up to the expectation with Fernando Alonso going out in the first lap. Obviously not his mistake, but Stoffel Vandoorne also now way behind by having the drive-through penalty. He's already on the 12th position. In the meantime, Sebastian Vettel looks good in second position for this position to take his lead further up. Lewis Hamilton, who has started in 8th position, now already he is in 4th position. It seems to be presently the positions which drivers are holding will be continuing till the end of this race, where Sebastian Vettel is definitely going to be on the advantageous side as far as championship contendership is concerned. As far as championship contendership is concerned. Valtteri Bottas, after lap 51 of 71, is leading comfortably. He had the lead passed on to Kimi Raikkonen for some time, for few laps, where Kimi Raikkonen pit stop was delayed by the team, and he should be furious about it because there was no reason why his pit stop should have been delayed, which obviously brings him down in 5th place. Laps where Kimi Raikkonen pit stop was delayed by the team, and he should be furious about it because there was no reason why his pit stop should have been delayed, which obviously brings him down in 5th place. Laps where Kimi Raikkonen pit stop was delayed by the team, and he should be furious about it because there was no reason why his pit stop should have been delayed, which obviously brings him down in 5th place. We are on lap 53 of 71 for this Austrian Grand Prix. Stage is pretty much set for Valtteri Bottas to get his 2nd win of the season. And he has not put any foot wrong right from the 5 red lights went off in lap 1. It was pretty disappointment for Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso, both of which they were out in the first lap itself. We are on lap 54 of 71 for this Austrian Grand Prix, with Valtteri Bottas leading comfortably and controlling the pace of the race. He is being chased by Vettel, who has some distance between him and the Valtteri Bottas. In the meantime, cars in front of the leaders for lapping them down. There is a good battle going on between Esteban Ocon and Felipe Massa for 8th and 9th position. In the meantime, Kimi Raikkonen, he gets the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 07.6 seconds. Bottas laps down Felipe Massa cleanly and comfortably. Presently, race lap record is being held. That's the fastest lap which Kimi Raikkonen has put in the last lap around in 55 lap, which is the fastest lap, and sits in 2017 now, held by Kimi Raikkonen. We are in lap 57 of 71 now. Another 14 laps to go for this Austrian Grand Prix round number 9, with Valtteri Bottas leading the race and Sebastian Vettel in second position. Daniel Ricciardo is in comfortable third position, followed by Lewis Hamilton fourth and Kimi Raikkonen in fifth position. Grosjean in Haas is comfortably cruising in sixth position, followed by Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon of Force India in seventh and eighth position. Then followed by last two positions for the points, Massa and Lance Stroll for Williams. Sebastian Vettel also comfortably laps down both the Force Indias in the last lap. We are in lap number 59 of 71 of this Austrian Grand Prix, with Valtteri Bottas is leading comfortably the race, and third position is being held by Daniel Ricciardo. Lap number 59 completed, with no more dramas expected anymore. Everybody holding on the position nicely. Top 5 positions pretty much confirmed, if you see, with Valtteri Bottas comfortably in first position and managing the pace of the race. Last lap, Kimi Räikkönen had ran wide at turn 1 as he was trying to pass Jolyon Palmer, the back marker. And he is gaining surely some time on Lewis Hamilton, but I don't think that's a threat to Lewis Hamilton at this point of time. But surely around the end of the race, Kimi Räikkönen will come out and try and overtake Lewis Hamilton. In this position, if all of the drivers finishes, then Sebastian Vettel will be finishing with 171 points, which have a clear lead of 20 points from Lewis Hamilton. And Bottas also is inching towards, if he finishes on podium, he will have 136 points. So he also comes in hard contention for this championship. And now the time has come for Lewis Hamilton to really put very good laps and try and close in on Daniel Ricciardo for third position. Daniel Ricciardo is not having much of a gap between him and Lewis Hamilton, and surely before the end of the race, Lewis Hamilton has now 9 laps to go, try and overtake Daniel Ricciardo, and he is getting closer to Daniel Ricciardo quickly. He has taken out almost 0.6 of a second in the last lap. Also, there is a bit of traffic of benchmark or back markers to overtake, which he does pretty comfortably. Here we go this time around. Lewis Hamilton comfortably overtakes Williams, the back marker of Massa, and now he has in front of him Daniel Ricciardo in third position. He has a gap of 1.4 seconds between Ricciardo and Hamilton. And Hamilton definitely would like to close that gap as soon as possible and try and overtake Daniel Ricciardo in next 7 laps remaining in this race. In the meantime, Bottas comfortably leading the race and he's controlling the pace of this race. Lewis Hamilton is again reporting some blistering on his front tires. However, his engineers have advised him for nothing to be worried about, as he is clocking faster timings every lap. Can Red Bull hold this position with Daniel Ricciardo on third and come on the podium? Looks very tight. For the last 6 laps to hold on, Lewis Hamilton is going to be a challenge. There is just about a second gap between Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. Lap 65 has been completed and Valtteri Bottas is leading comfortably this Austrian Grand Prix. In the meantime, Hamilton has set up his fastest lap of the race once again. He clears in the meantime another back marker comfortably. In the meantime, there has been reporting some raindrops falling on the track. I don't think there is going to be change of any kind of results whatsoever for this race. But who knows? A bit of drama in the last closing lap will be very interesting for this race. Daniel Ricciardo still holding on and he is on the lap 67 of 71 of Austrian Grand Prix, round number 9. He looks good in this race. Till now, he is leading the race comfortably. Valtteri Bottas, Vettel in second position, also looking good. Battle is to be seen between Daniel Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton in third and fourth position for the final step of the podium. And surely, few seconds of the rain will not affect much of the outcome of this race. And even the rain comes, it's going to be only few drops on some circuit, some part of the circuit. Anyway, we are on the lap 68, which is getting completed. In the meantime, Vettel is also closing in to Valtteri Bottas. He is just about 1.1 second. We are in the lap 68 of this race. It's going to be a very thrilling race with just 3 laps to go. None of the positions are clear. We know very famous incident last year between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton on the last lap, and things changed dramatically. So are we expecting some kind of drama like that, where position 1 and 2 are fighting, position 3 and 4 are fighting, Vettel and Bottas are fighting for the top step of the podium. Lot of graining is being observed by Valtteri Bottas in his rear tires. He's definitely not feeling comfortable here. This lap around, lap number 69, Vettel seems to be closing to the Valtteri Bottas. We are on the lap 69 of 71 laps of this race. It's going to be a true photo finish for this race. I'm sure about it. Lewis Hamilton is also ever close to Daniel Ricciardo. Fight for the third position. Will Daniel Ricciardo show his caliber to hold on the third position? He has 22 podiums in past, and he is a gritty driver. He is not going to give up the position so quickly, even though Mercedes seems to be faster. And in front, Valtteri Bottas is being chased wildly by Sebastian Vettel. And this is lap number 70. We have one lap more to go after this, one last chance, and this time around Lewis Hamilton is very close to Daniel Ricciardo, who has made a mistake, but he manages it and he is still in the lead. This time around he is very close, and Lewis Hamilton makes a move. Will he be able to stick to it? No, he doesn't. Daniel Ricciardo manages to bring his car in front once again. Lewis Hamilton tried to do late braking and overtake him, but Daniel Ricciardo comes back in front once again. He manages to hold this position in the dying laps of this race. Already in the lap 70 of this race. Anything can happen. We know famous last year collision between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, where both of them collided on the last lap and spoiled the race for Nico Rosberg. This time around, let's see what happens as we come close to the last lap of the race. We are on lap 71 now. Final lap of the race. Daniel Ricciardo in front, Valtteri Bottas in front of Ferrari and Mercedes. Sebastian Vettel is going to try this time around. This is the last chance he can do something. He's just about 0.37 seconds ahead of Sebastian Vettel. He is going to surely try down the hill. Will he be able to do it? This is the last lap. Just few seconds across to hold on the positions. Sebastian Vettel, this is the last chance on the back straight. Hard on the right hander, and the last corner around, he will not be able to do it. So Valtteri Bottas is going to finish on the top step of podium. Valtteri Bottas wins Austrian Grand Prix. And what will happen to the position 3? Yes, Daniel Ricciardo holds on to the position 3 and he gets the third step of the podium. Job well done for Valtteri Bottas. He has fended off nicely with Sebastian Vettel to win the Austrian Grand Prix of 2017. Brilliant drive by Valtteri Bottas to win this Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel tried his best but never seemed very comfortable to overtake him. Valtteri Bottas, of course, was managing the race pace and he did it very nicely. At the end of the race, he is able to come out as the winner of this Grand Prix. After all the drama which happened in the lap 1, race ended in a comfortable position for Valtteri Bottas, who led the race right from the beginning except few laps, because Kimi Raikkonen had led the race during that time because of late pit stop. This is the second race win for Valtteri Bottas for this season 2017. In behind, Lewis Hamilton finishes 4th, Kimi Raikkonen finishes 5th, 6th for Roman Grosjean, Sergio Perez finishes 7th, followed by his teammate 8th, Esteban Ocon. Wonderful positions for 9th and 10th by Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll, completing the top 10. It's a brilliant drive even for the Haas car of Roman Grosjean, who finished 6th, the best finish over here. What a race this had been for Kimi Raikkonen, where he should have been close to the podium positions, but he was not able to strategize correctly the race, and he finished 5th on the grid. So Valtteri Bottas comes out winner in Austrian Grand Prix at Spielberg circuit, and a very comfortable win for Valtteri Bottas, who led the race right from the beginning except for the few laps, and managed the race pace very well in this race. Good luck to Valtteri Bottas, and all will look forward to British Grand Prix, which is coming in 2 weeks' time, where lead of Lewis Hamilton has further gone down from Sebastian Vettel. So final result looks very encouraging for Valtteri Bottas, who gets his second podium finish of this season and with Mercedes team. And now he is also coming in the contention for World Championship. Congratulations to Valtteri Bottas for winning the Austrian Grand Prix here at Spielberg circuit, Red Bull Ring in Austria. Very good result and encouraging result for Red Bull also. With this, I would like to close this live commentary of Formula 1 round number 9 from Austria. Look forward to meet you again once again in next Grand Prix, which is British Grand Prix, coming up in 2 weeks' time in Silverstone. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, which is, you can hit the button on the right bottom corner of your screen to subscribe my channel, and I'll be coming out with circuit guide during the weekend of British Grand Prix, and then live coverage on the weekend for qualifying and the race day. With this, I'm signing off, your host Naresh from Autocars India. Goodbye, take care, safe driving.